The last battle fought on British shores was in 1746. So since the emergence of war reporting during the Crimean War of the 1850s, we, the British public, have always had to rely on the media coverage of war for our understanding of it. The advent of 24-hour news channels and online reportage has greatly increased the quantity of international conflict we're able to see. But has quality and authenticity taken a back seat? Let's take Syria as a case study. The BBC is seen as a reliable, trustworthy source of neutral news. However, it drew fierce criticism in May 2012 when it mistakenly used this picture, taken in Iraq in 2003, to illustrate a story entitled "Syria Massacre in Hula Condemned as Outrage Grows." It claimed the picture was taken by an activist and that it showed bodies of children awaiting burial in Hula, near Homs, raising questions about the stringency of its source checking. In 2013, the broadcaster prompted more controversy when it released two separate videos from Syria which appeared to show the same moment but were accompanied with differing audio. In a clip uploaded to the BBC News website on the 29th of August 2013, the day before the Commons vote on military action in Syria, a British doctor is shown amid the action talking about the aftermath of what was claimed to have been a chemical weapon attack by Assad's forces.
I need a pause because it's just absolute chaos and carnage here. We've had a massive influx of what looks like serious burns. It seems like it must be some sort of, I'm not really sure, maybe napalm, something similar to that. But obviously,
however, in a video uploaded to the Middle East section of the site on the 30th of September, she finishes the same sentence differently.
It seems like it must be some sort of chemical weapon, I'm not really sure.
The mask the doctor wears renders any dubbing or editing undetectable, so the mysterious disparity set the blogosphere into a spin. Former British Ambassador Craig Murray alleged that it was irrefutable evidence of fakery. The BBC have refused to disclose any information relating to the production of the clip in question, but they gave us this statement. It is common in broadcasting to edit spoken contributions to ensure maximum clarity, especially where there might be pauses of digression. This is also practiced in print, although in all cases, accuracy and meaning should be retained, as it was in this occasion. Around the same time, America's respected Wall Street Journal was criticised for publishing an opinion piece by Elizabeth O'Baggy, a young analyst. The article argued that only a small proportion of the Syrian opposition were hardline Islamists, and was cited by Secretary of State John Kerry in support of military intervention. Embarrassingly, it hadn't been disclosed that O'Baggy was on the payroll of a Syrian lobby group whose aim was to pressure the Obama administration towards intervention.
Well, I think the BBC is as limited in terms of its resources in covering war as most other news organisations. I mean, it's better in some respects, but it does have limits on what it can do.
Ian Hoare is an associate journalism lecturer at the London College of Communication with a background in war reporting.
Well, with this particular case, clearly one would have to investigate exactly what was said by the BBC, what the pictures were, and then find out who this person was. Does she have authority to make this kind of judgment? Really, it's impossible to make a judgment on this particular case without having a lot more information. It sounds to me suspect if you're saying that there's some sort of deliberate attempt by the BBC to kind of play into a kind of liberal agenda. It sounds extremely unlikely to me on the basis of what you've told me and the basis of what I've heard about this particular case.
The notion of liberal bias in the media is no fantasy. However, in the case of the BBC, it may be that clarity and careful editing are to blame for their so-called media fails. Of course, it is important to question everything that one hears. However, there are only so many sources that you can question before all truth in a story is lost. This is Vivian Solak reporting for the BT News.